Hey everyone, Rakil here again, and with this video, I want to cover DICE's latest post that talks about the gameplay changes and additions to Battlefield 5. Now, if you've been following the recent news around Battlefield 5 and have watched videos about the pre-release event that Game Changers got to be a part of, nothing in this post will really come as a surprise to you. Now, what is special about this post is that for a lot of these new things, this is the first official news that we have heard regarding them directly from DICE. So let's go ahead and dive in and see what Battlefield 5 will hold in store for us. So, with Battlefield 5, DICE is focusing on two big things, Immersion and Squadplay, with all of their changes and additions meant to improve and emphasize on both of these points. The first part that they dived into is Immersion. Now with the release trailer, people were pretty confused about the immersion point that was harped on throughout the reveal presentation, with that really being the key word of the entire event. Where was the immersion with prosthetic arms, over-the-top action sequences, and crazy customizations for all of the soldiers? While all of these things are going to be part of the game, DICE is placing emphasis that immersion will be enhanced by visuals, sounds, an improved movement system, the way players shape the environment, and the characters' reactions to pieces of the environment. One of the biggest changes, in my opinion, with Battlefield 5 will be their overhauled movement system. Players will be able to backpedal while laying down, roll through windows, throw back grenades, sprint while crouched, and roll, dive, and fire from a variety of different positions. When I think about playing this on the controller, I can't quite figure out how they are going to organize the controls to allow for fluid and precise command of all these different movements, though I'm sure they'll implement a system that makes sure you are never enacting an unintended movement. With Battlefield 1, they did have a leaning system, but I felt that was pretty weak. I never actually knew when it would pop up, and would often be surprised to see my character lean over or peek up behind a wall. They could use a control system similar to Rainbow Six, but once again, we're going to have to see how they decide to lay everything out and where they're going to be able to place all these controls. In their post, DICE also talked a lot about the player's interaction with the environment and the physicality of everything. When you're going through high grass, the grass will part ways around you, possibly revealing your position. When you die and your body rolls down a hill, the body will kick up dirt, and if it lands in water, it'll splash up that mud and water. They'll also be introducing a variety of movements for your soldiers that you're going to be seeing. Now, you won't be able to see these movements in first person for your own character, but these are what you're going to be seeing with the people around you. These things include slipping and stumbling through areas so that there's no longer a synchronous set of robots running towards an objective. You won't notice these movements for your own soldier, but I feel like these improvements will help to make the world feel more real and also add an additional element of physicality. Random bullet deviation and visual recoil will be removed. Thank goodness. This is one of my largest complaints with Battlefield 1, and it's being fixed. This is one of the worst parts of Battlefield 1, in my opinion, and DICE is bringing back the system of your bullets will go where you are aiming, and each gun will have a predictable recoil pattern, allowing for you to master certain weapons, allowing for players to spend time mastering weapons that might have a more challenging recoil pattern. This introduces a lot of depth to the gunplay in the game. It also introduces a lot of replayability. We're also seeing the introduction of bullet penetration when using LMGs and stationary weapons, making it so that you no longer need to storm a house, but can shred it apart if you have a support player in your squad, or if you have access to some sort of stationary gun. Destruction is of course returning in Battlefield 5, with it being a staple now of the Battlefield series. The main difference in this game is that destruction will no longer be scripted with predetermined animations, but will now be determined by physics, taking into account a number of different variables such as the armament causing the destruction and the material that is being destroyed. No longer will a house just collapse in a pile of dust when a tank comes barreling through, but you will see and hear the walls groan and crack as they give out under pressure. Debris will be left hanging in place, and you'll see parts of the house break around the tank and tumble off the armor. With a ramping up in destruction, DICE has also introduced a fortification system to keep the battlefield from becoming completely flattened. Everyone is equipped with a toolbox to build fortifications, but the support class will be the true master of this mechanic, being able to build and repair faster, and also being the only class that can build and repair stationary weapons. Besides fortifying structures, players will also be able to build things such as foxholes and deploy equipment such as barbed wire, tank stoppers, sandbags, and more. I imagine that fortifying buildings and deploying equipment will take a good amount of time, forcing players to make tactical choices about how they want to fortify a point and where they want to funnel enemies. If they make fortification strong enough, it will also give good incentives to players to work on controlling and defending a point instead of wandering from flag to flag, which has always been an issue with Battlefield. When it comes to squad play, the first thing that you will notice when loading into a match is that you are automatically placed into a squad, which you can then of course leave if you are more inclined to go lone wolf. The new revive mechanics have been covered quite extensively by other players, but to sum up this new system, everyone will now be able to revive, though medics will still be needed, and that the revive will be faster and it will bring the player to full health. Reviving a player now involves a more personal animation, where both players will be able to see each other's soldiers and see all the customization items as the revive is taking place. They are also introducing the ability to drag down comrades, allowing for you to move someone to safety before you perform a revive on them. Now, in terms of overall gameplay changes, I think that scarcity and attrition are going to play the largest role. In Battlefield 5, you will no longer spawn with a huge bundle of ammo that will last you through kill after kill after kill. Instead, you will have a limited amount of ammo and will need to make tactical decisions and keep track of this precious resource. Luckily, while you can get ammo from support players, you can also get ammo from captured points that have supply dumps, and you can scavenge ammo off of fallen enemies, forcing you to constantly think about your supply of ammo and make decisions about whether to fall back and resupply or risk exposing yourself and looting an enemy that you just downed. The health system has also been reworked, and no longer will you be able to fight, wait, and refill to full health, fight again, heal again, and wash and repeat. While you will be able to regain your health to a certain extent, you'll need to either find a medic or fall back to a supply station if you want to fill your health all the way up. DICE is saying that this won't slow down gameplay or make it less intense, but we will see how the system actually plays out and how the scarcity and attrition are actually implemented and how far DICE goes with these features. The final thing that they covered with Squadplay were the squad reinforcements, one of which we saw in the release trailer with the V1 rocket coming down and causing a massive explosion, blowing players off their feet. Apparently, when you work together as a squad, you will generate squad points, which can be used by the squad leader to call in these various reinforcements. Other examples of reinforcements include smoke screens, supply drops, and vehicles, with the example being given of a flamethrower tank, which could be the Churchill Crocodile. But yeah, nothing too new was covered in this post, but things have now been made official by DICE, and we can expect to see all of these aspects of the game hopefully next week at EA Play, and with any additional gameplay footage that might be released. Leave a comment below about what other features you might want to see introduced into the game, and what you think about the features that DICE has announced. Feel free to like or dislike the video, whatever mood you're in, and be sure to subscribe if you want to be updated when any new videos go live. This is Raquel, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.